Are you struggling with debt? Do you find yourself drowning in a sea of bills with no end in sight? It's a chilling reality for many, where debt has become an unsolicited companion, imposing its weight on every aspect of life. It's like a shadow, casting a dark cloud over your personal and financial freedom, making it seem nearly impossible to break free. Debt can be overwhelming indeed. It's not just about the money owed, it's the constant pressure, the sleepless nights spent worrying, the sacrifices made. It's the feeling of being stuck in a loop, where every step forward seems like 2 steps back. It's the nagging thought that maybe, just maybe, you're not doing enough to rid yourself of this burden. But let's pause for a moment. It's time to shift our perspective. Debt is not a life sentence. It's a challenge, no doubt, but one that can be overcome. But don't worry, there are proven strategies to help you pay off your debt faster. Let's dive into them. The first step in any journey is understanding where you are. So, what exactly is your debt situation? Imagine standing at the foot of a mountain. It's a daunting sight, but once you know the height, the steepness, and the possible paths, it becomes a challenge, not an impossibility. Similarly, understanding your debt involves knowing the type of debt you have, the interest rates attached, and the total amount you owe. Is your debt a student loan, a credit card balance, or a mortgage? Each type has different rules and regulations that affect your repayment strategy. Then consider the interest rates. Lower rates might not seem as urgent, but they can add up over time. Finally, what's your total debt amount? It might be a big number, but don't let it intimidate you. Understanding these aspects of your debt is like mapping out that mountain. It's the first step in your journey to financial freedom. Once you have a clear picture of your debt, you can make a plan to tackle it. Now that you understand your debt, it's time to take a hard look at your budget. Budgeting is vital in debt repayment. It gives you a clear picture of your income and expenses, providing a roadmap for your financial journey. Think of your budget as a financial GPS. It helps you navigate through your expenses, pointing out where your money is going and where it could be better utilized. When you budget, you're consciously deciding to prioritize your spending, and this can make a significant difference in accelerating your debt repayment. Now let's talk about cutting unnecessary expenses. These are the little leaks in your financial ship that, over time, can sink it. Unnecessary expenses might include that daily latte, frequent dining out, or those impulse buys that add up at the end of the month. By trimming these expenses, you free up more money that can be funneled directly into debt repayment. Remember, every dollar you save is a dollar that can go towards paying off your debt faster. With a clear understanding of your debt and a budget in place, you're ready to choose a debt repayment strategy. There are a couple of popular strategies that many people find helpful. Let's start with the snowball method. This strategy involves paying off your debts from the smallest to the largest, regardless of the interest rate. This approach can be gratifying because you can see progress quickly as you eliminate smaller debts. However, a potential downside is that you might end up paying more in interest over time if your larger debts also have higher interest rates. On the other hand, we have the avalanche method. This strategy focuses on paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first, then moving on to the one with the next highest rate. The advantage of this method is that you'll save more money in the long run since you're tackling the most costly debts first. But it might take longer to see progress, which can make it harder to stick with if you're someone who needs frequent motivation. There's also a third option known as the stack method, which combines the snowball and avalanche methods. You start by paying off the smallest debt, then move to the one with the highest interest rate. This strategy can provide the quick wins of the snowball method while also saving you money in the long run like the avalanche method. So, which method should you choose? Well, that depends on your personal financial situation and your temperament. If you're motivated by quick wins and need to see progress to stay committed, then the snowball method could be for you. If you're more analytical and want to minimize the amount of interest you pay, you might prefer the avalanche method. And if you're somewhere in between, the stack method could be a good compromise. Choose a strategy that aligns with your financial situation and goals. Remember, the best strategy is the one you can stick to. While cutting expenses is important, increasing your income can accelerate your debt repayment. To do this, you can explore a variety of avenues. One straightforward approach is to take on a part-time job. This could be anything from weekend shifts at a local cafe to evening tutoring sessions. Selling unused items is another practical way to bolster your income. Those old sports equipment or vintage clothes gathering dust in your attic? They might just be someone else's treasure. Another potential income stream is freelancing. If you have a skill that can be marketed, such as graphic design or content writing, consider offering your services on a freelance basis. This not only allows you to earn extra cash but also provides a flexible work schedule that can adapt to your needs. Remember, every penny counts when you're working towards clearing your debt. By increasing your income, you can throw more money at your debt and pay it off faster. Paying off debt is a journey, but with the right strategies in place, you can reach your destination faster. It's about understanding your debt first and foremost. Knowing exactly what you owe, to whom, and under what terms, is a critical first step towards tackling debt. Next, it's about budgeting and cutting expenses. This involves taking a hard look at your spending habits and making necessary changes. It's about distinguishing between wants and needs and prioritizing your expenses accordingly. Then comes choosing a debt repayment strategy. Whether it's the snowball method, where you pay off the smallest debts first to gain momentum, or the avalanche method, where you pay off the highest interest debts first to save money over time, the choice is yours. Increasing your income is another viable strategy. This could be through a side hustle, asking for a raise, or investing wisely. Remember, the journey to a debt-free life starts with a single step. Make that step today.